This is going to be such a great day. It truly is my honor to welcome you here this morning to our Workforce Summit. I'm so incredibly excited about what's going to be accomplished today. For those of you who know NJBIA, you know that when we do things, when we have meetings, when we have get-togethers, when we have events, we're all about action. We don't just come together and talk. We take the input, we turn it around, and we put it into action. And today is truly going to be an amazing day of action. Good morning, everyone. I am Michele Siekerka, and I'm incredibly proud to serve as the President and CEO of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. And I know you're familiar with NJBIA, but today we want you to learn a lot more about our leader and our partner, Focus New Jersey. So not only am I proud to serve as the President and CEO of NJBIA, but I'm incredibly proud to chair Focus New Jersey, which is our Center for Economic Research and Workforce Solutions. Focus was established in 2018 to take what we were doing at BIA, which is that amazingly deep and great research that we advocate with every single day tirelessly for an affordable and regionally competitive business climate in the state of New Jersey. The focus of taking that research and putting it in an independent foundation where we could take it deeper and wider. But even more important than what we do on that side relative to our advocacy on economic issues is the workforce that we do there. All the work that we've done there addressing the workforce development opportunities, challenges, solutions to ensure that we have an at-the-ready workforce, not just today, but into the future. As I say each and every day at BIA, when we're advocating to have our companies not just sustain jobs, but create new jobs, our job's not done if we're not working to fill the pipeline right behind that, and that's what this is all about. Over 10 years ago, BIA hosted our first Workforce Summit, which convened stakeholders, just like all of you in the room today. And I see smiles in the back for the people who were there. They remembered that day. And we were there that day to address the issues of attractability and affordability of post-secondary education in the state of New Jersey. And what took us there? At that point in time, I was only here a little bit over a year, and I was out on my listening tour. And we were hearing all these issues about out-migration from New Jersey. And it's so funny, 10 years ago, a decade ago, people made fun of that word, out-migration. Is that even a word? Does that even exist? But what I was hearing out there was why people, particularly business owners, were talking about why they were moving their businesses out because of affordability of business, because of the challenge of competitiveness. And I was being told at that time when I was bringing these stories to our legislators that it was anecdotal, Michele. I said, all right, I guess we have to bring the research to support that it's not just anecdotal. So we did that research, and of course, we got the great data that we use every day about out-migration of wealth from the state. When I say great data, I mean rich. It's not good data. It's really sad. It's like $40 billion over the last 15 years, and we should be really concerned about that because that impacts our economy at its core. But what we weren't realizing that we were going to learn is that the #1 out-migration population in the entire nation was New Jersey's 18 to 34-year-olds. Now, I want us to stop and think about that because that still is the case today. On any given day, we are so proud of the fact in New Jersey that we are ranked #1 for K-12 education. We're vying any day with Massachusetts. Some days they're one, some days we're one, but this is one area that we can always say the quality of our K-12 education is ranked nationally at or near #1. We should be so proud of that. The investment it takes for that is the #1 property taxes in the nation, let alone the other affordability issues we have. Why is that important? Why does that matter? Because then we graduate those 18-year-olds that we invested #1 quality education, K-12, and what do? They walk out of the state of New Jersey, and they look for their education and their opportunities elsewhere, and we found a big part of it was because of accessibility and attractability of post-secondary education. Now, this is not a knock at all on our post-secondary community. We work with them each and every day, and we are incredibly proud of what they do. But at the same time, over all this time, we've been advocating for their fair share of dollars. We are the 4th most expensive state in the nation to deliver post-secondary education, and that's because when we disinvest in higher ed in New Jersey, tuition and fees go up, right? Our students were graduating with about $40,000 in debt, and we had the 4th most expensive cost for education. Now, that's sitting in and of itself, attractability. We weren't doing the best job of creating a total brand for higher ed here in the state of New Jersey over a decade ago either. And our students were looking elsewhere because we were the #1. Guess what? Everybody from out of state was recruiting our kids. I love to tell the story. My twins are now 34. When they were recruiting for college, I'd go out, then we'd go to the mailbox. We still got all that hard mail in the mailbox. Today, it's all online, right? I go out to the mailbox, there'd be mail like falling out of the mailbox for them. Not one piece of literature from a New Jersey school. Not one piece. All the southern schools, right? Go down to High Point University the first day, the president stands up and goes, "Where's everybody here recruiting from New Jersey?" And all these hands go up in the air. And he makes a funny story to his recruiters in the front row and says, "Didn't I tell you no more Jersey kids? Ha, 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 we love Jersey." Right? Go down south and see how many of our kids are down there. Now, we can't compete all the time with the cost down south, but you know where they're going? Number one out-migration state, Pennsylvania. Who wants to go to Penn State? Who wants to get into University of Pennsylvania? Delaware. Number 2, New York, number 3. We should be competing in our region. We should be competing, and we can. Now, the good news is, all that research led us to what we call Education Equation 1.0, the attractability and affordability of post-secondary education. This beautiful white paper, 12 recommendations that we put into effect, we put into action. 11 of which we accomplished within about 5 years, and we were thrilled. We went on to level 2, right? Education Equation 2.0 in about 2018, 2019. Nicole was here at the very beginning of all of this. She remembers, right? You remember EE1 and all the work we were doing around that. And a whole round of recommendations, and then COVID hit. And COVID kind of put the brakes on some things, as we all know, but despite that, we put all those recommendations into action as well. That brings us to today. Why are we here today? We have accomplished an incredible amount in opportunity for post-secondary education over the last decade here in the state of New Jersey. We are incredibly proud of the partnership with the New Jersey Council of Community Colleges on NJ Career Pathways that you're going to hear about today. We're incredibly proud of how we work with our WIBs and our local workforce agencies and OSHE, our Office of Higher Education, and our Department of Labor. We all sit around the table together and we brainstorm. And we've come so far in the last 10 years, but we have so far to go. We still do. This is very complicated space. And the idea of having all of you in the room together today is going to lead us to Education Equation 3.0. And with that, we're going to bring recommendations to our guest who's here today, the Lieutenant Governor, on how we prepare New Jersey's workforce for the next generation of jobs that exist today and into the future, and help to create that master plan that you and the governor are looking forward to put into action. And that's why you all got homework before you came today. I hope you opened up those packets. I hope you're prepared to go into those breakout groups, and I'll talk about those great breakout groups a little bit later. But you can see I'm pretty excited about what we're going to do today, because this is a really, really big deal. It's a really big deal. You're going to hear about the demographic changes going on. You're going to hear about the skill changes going on. We know these things to be happening, but when you hear the numbers behind it and the staggering impact it's having on our workforce, it really wakes us up. This is a sense to urgency and a sense to call and a sense to action, and we're excited to put it into play today. So thank you for being here. I ask that you really be here for the next few hours. Be focused. Listen to what you're going to hear coming up here from the dais. Some really great information. Have that filter on and take it in to help inform you. Think about those questions. You're going to go into those breakout groups and then break out. And when you are in those groups, share. Share that we can problem solve together so that we can create the next round of solutions for our great state of New Jersey. So now I'd like to recognize some VIPs joining us today. Of course, I'm going to formally introduce our Lieutenant Governor in a few minutes, so we'll hold our applause for him. But we do have some board members with us today. First, from NJBIA, we have Denise Bexon from Maurice Piers, Bernie Corrigan from IBEW Local 102, Kieran Honda Guadioso from United Way of Northern New Jersey, and Alice, and James Horn from Junior Achievement of New Jersey. Oh, and we have Chris Guyton from J&J right up front. Thank you, board members, for being here. Focus New Jersey. We have our leadership from Focus New Jersey. You're going to hear from our great executive director, Althea Ford, throughout the day. Thank you, Althea. Not only is she our amazing VP for Government Affairs at BIA, but she serves as the executive director. We have Jack Ramirez, our research analyst, who supports Althea at Focus New Jersey. And then we have board members, Bernie Corrigan from IBEW Local 102, Chrissy Butis from Hinge, Rich Bagger from Christie 55, and Chris Emmaholtz from NJBIA. Thank you, board members, for being here and participating. Now, we can't do big events like today without great partners, and you will see around the room your partners listed, but please indulge me for just a minute. It's a long list, and this shows you the extensive nature of who's represented in the room today. Our gold sponsor, Arnold Ventures. Our silver sponsors, Citizens, the New Jersey Community College and Consortium of Workforce and Economic Development. Our bronze sponsors, Bergen Newbridge Medical Center, Garden State Employment and Training Association, Lincoln Tech, the New Jersey Education Association, Rowan University, the New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program, United Airlines. Our business roundtable partners, it's a big list, so hang in there with me. ACI Medical and Dental School, Amazon, AmeriHealth, AT&T, Atlantic City Electric, Citizens, Connell Foley, DSM North America, Eastern Janitorial, Hackensack Meridian Health, the Healthcare Institute of New Jersey, Herman Services, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, IBEW Local 102, Johnson & Johnson, Murata Controls, New Jersey Community Council Consortium for Workforce and Economic Development, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program, New Jersey Resources, New Jersey Society of CPAs, Otsuka, Prager Metis, Price Waterhouse Coopers, South Jersey Industries, United Airlines, WGL Energy. Our candy cart sponsor, who doesn't want candy at 9 o'clock in the morning? Carpenter Contractors Trust, our media sponsor, the award-winning New Jersey Business Magazine, and finally, our event sponsors for today, Manufacturing Counts, Minding Your Business, the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development Division of Temporary Disability and Family Leave Insurance, and Planet Hollywood, New Jersey. Let's have a round of applause. Certainly a special shout out for our AV team, IAV, your outstanding audio visual brings it all to life, so thank you so much. And as you all know, we've picked up a smarter way for you to network each and every day. It's called MTAP. And I hope that you've downloaded the app onto your phone. If you haven't, there's QR codes to do that. Take a moment to do that. You can connect with everybody, take your information from each other in a much quicker manner, but it's meant to make your networking with each other as simple, as easy, and as powerful as possible.